is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over the top 10 point guards today in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Now, before I dive any further into that, guys, I'm just going to give some honorable mentions because there are some really solid point guards that just didn't quite make this squad, okay? So, just going to give you guys some brief guys that are good but didn't make the top 10. Dominic Wilkins, didn't make the top 10. Manu, J.R. Smith, Shea, Reggie Theus. All our guys, even James Harden, that I really do like. Jimmy Butler, but couldn't quite make the top 10. So, newsflash, guys, the top 10 is the elite of the elite, and most of them are going to be probably hero or invincible cards. Starting it off at number 10, Galaxy Opal Shaun Livingston. If you grinded the 6,000 points in MyTEAM Unlimited last season, you've got Shaun Livingston, who I think is absolutely incredible, absolutely elite. Now, I'm biased for Shaun Livingston because I've had the card for quite some time, and I've used it for quite some time. But let's talk about why I like him. Okay, let's start with, for the average person, they don't have to apply any badges to him, right? Comes with 58 base badges, basically everything you could possibly ask for. Defensively, I'll go as far as to saying, I think Shaun Livingston is absolutely so underrated. Not that his tendencies are that great, because they're not, but his defensive stats are elite. Has really good, as far as SIGs are concerned, really good SIGs. I really do like Shaun Livingston in my team. Obviously, got surpassed by some invincible cards, stuff like that, but I still do love Shaun Livingston in my team. At number 9, we're plugging in the hero Penny Hardaway, who I didn't know right away if he was going to make my list or not. It was basically between him, hero J.R. Smith, and then obviously Shaun Livingston. I decided to go in this way. Yes, Penny's release is still on the slower side of things. He still leaves a little bit to be desired on the offensive end of the court, but he is the full package, 6'7", going to play immaculate defense. Obviously, offensively, I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and say he's perfect because his release definitely is not. But as far as an overall card in my team, I really do like Penny Hardaway. I never really got the chance to enjoy using this card because he is massively overpriced in my team. But if you got Penny Hardaway, you've got a really, really solid overall point guard in the game. At number 8, a guy I think is low-key slept on, and this is my opinion, is hero Michael Jordan. Now, when I say slept on, am I saying he's the best point guard in the game? No. But I feel like nobody is talking about this hero Michael Jordan, and when you're talking about 300 point guards in my team, MJ's up there with the best. Now, the problem is everybody basically runs their offense through their shooting guards, and that's where MJ leaves a little bit to be desired because, he's not a tall, point guard in my team. And that's, where other people are going to have him beat. But what does MJ got? A basically perfect card. Perfect tendencies. Basically an invincible card. Badge-wise, nearly perfect. The thing I don't like the MJ upper. I don't know what it is about the Michael Jordan upper. I don't like it. Initially, I think he had the Derek Fisher upper, and that was even worse. But now he's got the MJ upper. I mean, I just don't love it. I've used the card quite a bit. Haven't really got the hang of it. Does have the Asta slide. Has the tray size of tray leaner. MJ has a lot going for him. I'm not saying I dislike MJ. I'm just saying his height's not necessarily there, and there are just better overall cards in my team. At number 7, we're plugging in the Titans Dark Matter Ben Simmons. Yes, we're doing specific cards because it needs to be done. This Ben Simmons is just over 100,000 MT, whereas the other Ben Simmons is what? Just a ridiculous price. So we've got to separate the two for what they are. Ben Simmons, 6'11", 7-foot wingspan. And the defense that Ben Simmons is going to play is why he is above a guy like MJ, why he is at number 7, and why I personally love him for this specific value. Do I think he's the best value point guard in the game? No, but I think he's definitely up there. I really do. When you're talking about a point guard for, let's say, 150,000 MT, this Ben Simmons needs to be talked about. Can green shots, you can give him limitless range, all the shooting badges. You have a good coach on him, at least gets to that low 80s as far as the 3-ball is concerned. I don't necessarily think his release is the quickest, but it is easy to time and easy to green. Don't sleep on this Ben Simmons. If you can get your hands on him, he is absolutely elite in my team. At number 6, out of position, Nikola Jokic. I just think has a slight edge to Ben Simmons as just a complete overall point guard. Yes, Ben Simmons probably better defensively. I'm not going to sit up here and argue that. But as far as an overall card, I give Jokic the advantage just because offensively he is going to be just that little bit better and just more complete, right? When I compare Ben Simmons to Jokic here, not the hero, the Titans, look at the base badges, right? Jokic has 11 more base badges, obviously most of them shooting, but those do matter when it comes down to it. Jokic release, it's hard to green, but it is quicker, so puts a little bit more pressure on the defense. I do think Jokic is a little bit better, but I do also think he is a little more expensive, so take that ultimately for what it's worth. Jokic coming in at number 6. Cracking the top 5, dark matter, Luka Doncic. And I don't hate you if you have Luka at number 1. I've got to put that out there for you guys. If you have Luka Doncic at number 1, I'm not going to argue against it. Is that what I believe? No, because you're watching my top 10 and Luka is at number 5. But I can see a world in which you have Luka Doncic as your best point guard in my team because he's maybe the second best, in my opinion, 300. You could even say best 300 point guard in the entire game, right? Because here's the deal. Caleb Martin came out yesterday and has this exact same release with the Rudy upper on very quick. I believe Caleb Martin, yeah, post Evo, he has this exact same release. And it's absolutely elite. It's absolutely incredible. Luka's got the Asta slide. He's got the Trey size up. He's got the Trey leaner. Guy's got a lot going for him. And if you've used Luka and you are a 300, you probably did love the card. I mean, it's that simple. It's that easy. If you have used Luka, you've probably definitely enjoyed your time. At number 4, we're plugging in the hero Nikola Jokic. Now, again, it's all preference based when you get to my top 5. But I'm looking at a Jokic here. 6'11", 59 base badges, 40 are on Hall of Fame, gets a little more defense with the hero version of the card. It's tough to beat Jokic. Why do I not love Jokic? The reason I don't necessarily love Jokic or I don't hype him up to the moon is because I don't green with his release that well that often. I just don't. I low-key struggle with the Jokic base, or the Pascal base, I should say, which is the Jokic base. And that's just something I've got to get better at, I guess. Because everybody else seems to be able to green with it outside of me. I definitely do struggle with it. No doubt, though, Jokic at number 4. At number 3, hero Ben Simmons. Both of these cards are massively overpriced. I would not ever recommend anybody getting either one of these cards because they're way overpriced because they lock in for Manute Bol. And that's why they're overpriced. Like Jokic going for basically $1 million MT right now. Hero Ben Simmons, like what, 600, 700,000 MT. Just massively overpriced. But both the cards are still really good. The reason I like Ben more, again, defensively is absolutely elite. Then this Ben Simmons gets all of those shooting badges the last Ben Simmons does lack. That's why he does jump Jokic on this, coming in at number 3. At number 2, you guys might hate me, Invincible Magic Johnson. You guys can hate me if you want. But when you look at some of the tendencies of these Invincible cards, you're going to eventually see what I see. And I see the vision. Like, I have 20/20 vision, and I see it with Magic Johnson. And you guys might be like, Ty, there's nothing to see here. Like, I promise you, like, I've used these cards, there's nothing. No, use them again. Because with Magic Johnson, trust me when I tell you, there is something to see with Magic Johnson. Okay? Yes, his pass style, I get it if you don't like that. But his tendencies are great. 99 everything. His release is so easy to time and easy to green. The reason I give the advantage to Invincible cards over hero cards and over some of the other cards is because their tendencies take them places. And even with my number 1, who you guys at this point should know who it is, tendencies take them places. And my number 1 is LaMelo Ball. And I want to talk about him for a little while. So hopefully you guys have stayed around. Why is LaMelo at my number 1? Let's have an intellectual conversation. He's 6'7". And you guys might be saying, Ty, you just got done talking about a Luka at 6'7" and how he's not one of the best defensive point guards in the game. Let's talk about it with LaMelo. LaMelo's tendencies, perfect. Absolutely outstanding. You can't get better tendencies than he's got. Badge-wise, every Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game. That's the difference between Luka and LaMelo. That's the sole difference. Tendencies, badges. When we go to Luka Doncic, and let's go and talk about him. When you look at Luka's defensive badges, what has he really got here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Then let's talk releases. I've gotten really good with the LaMelo Ball base on very quick. I've gotten really good with it. It's the Tim Thomas Dark Matter. Obviously, if you've used that, you know what I'm talking about. It's that release. I've gotten really good with it. Yes, the LaMelo upper is kind of weird, but everything else about the card is fine. And my whole thing is this. Should LaMelo be your primary ball handler? Well, I don't use him as that. I would use him with like a T-Mac, even if you wanted to use him with like Caleb Martin, those type of guys. Because yes, his size up is bad. He's not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and try to sugarcoat things and hype up LaMelo as the, best playmaking point guard in the game. Because I don't think he's that. But when you talk about defense and guys to guard the T-Macs, guys to guard the Tim Thomas of the world, that's LaMelo Ball. That's his job on my court and knock down shots for me. He's been my point guard on my Xbox account for the last few days. And at first I was like, I'm just going to sell him. And after a while, I'm like, you know what? I want to keep LaMelo Ball. I'm really liking and enjoying using him. And that's really where I'm at right now. I'm having fun using LaMelo Ball. He gets crazy defensive animations. And you guys need to put some respect on LaMelo Ball's name. That's going to wrap it up for our point guard top 10 list. Let me know who I'm too high on, too low on, and ultimately who I left out on the list that you guys would have included. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.